Hey, it's just being the Jones.
Hey y'all, what up? What up?
It's April and Boss here for another episode. And today's topic. Oh gosh, you gotta laugh, you gotta laugh, you gotta laugh. It's with everything that's going on in the world today, you gotta laugh.
Yeah,
I don't care how small the whatever you laughing at seem, you just gotta laugh.
gotta laugh. They say you gotta laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah. So, anyways, today we are going to be talking about um, health in the sense of like our Black community and um, things like diabetes. I was about to say diabetes. I'm not joking.
Diabetes. So like generational health
uh,
habits, eating habits, and bad habits that generational eating habits that could be considered bad, right? On our health.
cholesterol,
Yeah,
um, which leads to, or can, I would say, not necessarily leads to, but can lead to heart disease and stuff like that. Because one of the things is when we read things, it can be articles, or talking to professionals or anything. The main people that you hear them say these things affect is people of color, African Americans, I would say. So yeah, I believe in genetics, those things being genetic, but I also believe that it can be like generational cycles
hmm
too.
bad habits.
I mean, you believe in it. You believe it can be genetics.
Yeah,
It's
I
what,
do.
yeah.
I really
I
do.
I do definitely because for one, like for me, I have high cholesterol, and I definitely believe that the high cholesterol came from it's genetic for me.
hmm
And which is what the doctor who told me I was like in my early 30s when I found out that I had when I first, the first blood work that I ever got that showed that I had elevated cholesterol. Not my triglycerides; those are fine. Um, and my LDL, my HDL is good. Always have always been. I've never had an issue with that. But it's the LDL. So the first doctor that I had that had told me that I had high cholesterol,
hmm
he would tell me that it was genetic, which I kind of figured so because my father actually does have high cholesterol, and I believe many people on his side of the family. But I also believe it can be generational. It can be kept going because of generation to generation because of personal decisions and
hmm
choices.
That generational, like I said, generational habits and like traditions and what you're used to doing with your family, the way you're used to eating, all those things come to play. Throughout the year, especially around the holidays, mainly, and the main one come to mind, of course, for eating is what Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And so, folk want deep fried this, mother that, post some extra sugar in that, give me all the cheese you can in my mac and cheese, and all this crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's fine. I would say it's fine sometimes, but some people do that junk all the time, though.
Well, you say Thanksgiving, and it's true that that's like a Thanksgiving tradition in especially in the African American Black community
Yeah.
where you have all this soul food and stuff like that for with all this salt and all this other stuff in it
Pork and
for
fatback and all
Thanksgiving.
kind of stuff.
But you also remember, or if you and I'm sure you remember at grandmama's house growing up, every single Sunday there's this soul food meal, right?
A lot of Sundays,
And that Sunday dinner, think about Big Mama's house
yeah.
on soul food.
Every Sunday.
Every single Sunday they got together for all of this whole spread of soul food, right?
Yeah.
And so some of that stuff, I believe, if it's like consistent like that, because that was consistent every
Yeah.
week. That's a lot every week, to be honest.
They was.
So
And what happened to Big Mama?
so my thing, yeah, and my thing is, so it can, that's why I say generational, because that was a tradition for her family, and that's a tradition in a lot of families where if they don't get together for Sunday dinner, somebody is cooking Sunday dinner in their own household for their own family, and it's called Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Because it's a bigger meal than what you're gonna cook throughout the week.
But see, in that, based on what we're talking about today, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion now, everybody got their own take on this, but yeah, that's great and all, but look at what they were cooking though.
Yeah.
The tradition was fine. The tradition was great, even because I mean, it kept their family bonded together in a way that, you know, of course, like Big Mama said, they have to be that fist so that nobody could come in their family, you know what I'm saying? And if need be, they would, you know, use that fist to strike a mighty blow on somebody who tried to come in between them. You know what I'm saying? I think she said everybody got to be a finger and we form a mighty fist. And, you know, we need to strike that mighty blow on somebody, you know?
So to fortify the family unity,
But yeah, what I'm getting at, yeah, is that's great. You know what I'm saying? The tradition part is great, but you ain't got to have fried catfish and fried chicken. I mean, that's what I'm getting at.
So like, some of that food need to be baked. Is what you saying?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, have fried catfish, but baked chicken. You know what I'm saying? You know, instead of yams, candy yams, throw a little throw a baked sweet potato in there.
Well, because them candy yams gonna have, if it's made anything like my daddy candy yams, it's gonna have a whole bunch of butter, a whole bunch of sugar, or whatever.
And they gonna say
now them candy yams good now.
That generation gonna say that's the only way to make it.
Well, you know what? You right about that, and not just that generation. I'm gonna say people in general, because if you look on TikTok, especially around Thanksgiving time and all that, and social media just in general, there's debates about how the mac and cheese is supposed to be made and how this is supposed to be made, and this how Big Mama do this, and if you don't make it like Big Mama made it or Grandma made it or whomever made it, this just is wrong.
I get so tired of seeing that junk, but it is entertaining though. But I just don't like when people get arguing fussing over it.
But they're saying that it's wrong because it's made. But my thing is, it's no such thing as wrong when it comes to how you want your food to be made.
That's right.
Because you can be trying to have a healthier eating lifestyle. You don't know, people could have like high cholesterol, or they could be trying to avoid it.
Yeah.
Or diabetes, you know, or
fatty liver,
whatever.
You know, people just be trying to
high blood pressure.
Yeah.
So they can be trying to alter their meal, how they make their meals.
Yeah.
According to the lifestyle changes that they need to make.
Mm-hmm.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to live as long as you can if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Just to choose to be healthier.
Yeah.
So, by all means.
Because
I wouldn't care what nobody say. Like, if I decided today I'm going to go vegan because I want to be healthier, then doggone, I'm going to do it. Sure.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't care what who got to say about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it even depends on how you do that, because eating vegan ain't always... everybody who eat vegan don't always eat healthy with eating vegan. So it just depends on how that's done as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think that it's like, for me, I know how to play with my numbers when it comes down to my LDL, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I learned that through just kind of like experimenting different things and da-da-da-da. And sometimes it's not about everything that you're eating that's not good for you, so to speak, or that you're eating so much things that's bad for you, so to speak. But it could be that one or two things that you eat all the time that you need to kind of like scale back on, and that actually helps with the numbers.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, at one point I took like beef I wasn't eating pork or beef, right, for a long time. So I took beef out of my diet because I wanted to see if that had a bearing on my cholesterol. But actually it didn't, to be honest, because now I'm gonna say this. It always depends on how much you eat into.
That's right.
I would say that. But beef alone or did not have a bearing on my cholesterol, right? So mine could be more so when the things that we're looking at as far as like certain meats and we're looking at certain all of these other things. Sometimes it could be something as simple as sugar that you need to decrease. Because for cholesterol, like the more sugar you eat, the more cholesterol that your body produces, right? To get rid of that sugar. And I didn't know that until I did some research. Oh. And then I was like, okay, so let me play with this. Let me eat less sugar, less sugary foods, and also sometimes that includes less carbs to see if this helped my numbers go down. And it did.
Yeah, that's the killer there, that sugar.
Mm-hmm.
As
and
good
no
as
carbs.
It is.
So sometimes it ain't always that meat that you think that you eat and that's causing it. So it just depends on the person. Everybody different. But the point is, like, sometimes family members think that and I'm just saying in general, some family members might think, oh, you don't want to eat this, or you don't eat that, or you think, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And they make it out of a bad thing because you're not eating certain things. But generationally speaking, all of these same foods you making it seem like that somebody isn't eating is a bad thing is the reason why it's so much sickness. Not saying that you won't have these things, because you can eat healthy and still have high cholesterol or any of those things like that. Because, like I said, genetics, right? Mm-hmm. So you can still eat healthy and have that, but all of these things is still a contributing factor to making it worse. So generationally speaking, a lot of times you have people that talk down on you because you decided to make different choices about what you're going to eat. And I don't know if it's because it made them feel away because they eating it. Like, are they feeling guilty or something? I don't know why they think you got to think you better than somebody because you don't eat certain things. I don't know for the life of me.
They think you uppity because you eat changes like that.
Well, God forbid I want to live a long life, right? So...
It's funny though.
Yeah, so generationally, like, and some of these things are worse because of generational cycles and traditions and different things.
And like I say, it's just outright bad habits, in my opinion.
Yeah, bad habits.
Because you ain't got to eat that way all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's what's expected of your household or your family, your Sunday dinner. You know, you ain't got to always eat. You know, you ain't always got to load up on fried foods and the carbs and all that stuff, the sugar, you know, all the different cakes and
you ain't always got to have that
poke.
That poke in your collard greens.
Yeah,
you could opt out for turkey, you know, whatever. But
because now I showed up for turkey in my collard greens. Forget the pork. Shoot, give me that turkey. Smoked turkey.
But yeah, it's just like sometimes it's a matter of sometimes people don't want to let certain things go. I think sometimes, and I honestly feel like a lot of medications won't be needed for some people if they change the type of things that they decide that they're going, like all of that soul food stuff, right?
That's actually,
now I ain't got nothing against soul food. I like soul food. I'm just saying modest, because you are feeding your disease when you continue to continuously give yourself the things that your body don't need. Your body those different things that's happening to you is telling you that, okay, it's a reason.
Mm-hmm. I mean, do it in modest, like you say, or cut back completely if you know you got something wrong with you. Because some people will be so stubborn and bullheaded that they'll know they got whatever going on with them, but they'll still continue to eat the same way. Yeah, you know, everybody, doctors and everybody, family members, or you know, it's just anybody in general telling them, hey, you got to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose a foot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they keep doing it anyway because it's my life and I'm gonna do it. But
and it is their life.
It's true. Yeah, it's their life, but at the same time, the family suffers.
Yeah, I
All
mean,
for the sake
that's
of,
true.
because this is how we like to do it.
This is how we like to do it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I also think that, like, if you're in a household where, if you're the cook in the household, and you're in a
Mm-hmm.
household where you know that one of your family members that you cook for, like your spouse,
Yeah.
has a certain, um, I don't even want to call it illness because not all of it is. Like, I don't look at high cholesterol as being an illness. I just think it's just, or whatever, because I don't have any, I don't have, like, I thoroughly get checked,
Mm-hmm.
thoroughly, to make sure that the cholesterol issues that I have are not affecting my arteries or anything
Yeah,
like that. So
that's right.
so I'm healthy all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
The most I have is 8. I got to go to the chiropractor and I got to get my massages. Okay. But for the most part, I don't have any type of calcium buildup. I don't got nothing that cholesterol can cause.
Right.
Like, for instance, my one of my so I started going to a cardiologist years ago because um I was having heart palpitations and I wanted to see what that was about. So kind of found out it wasn't nothing big, major. It was just that I'm caffeine sensitive. So if I have way too much caffeine, then
Mm-hmm.
that's what happens. But anyway, so I just continue, because of my cholesterol, my LDLs being high. I
Mm-hmm.
just continue to keep going to a cardiologist just so I can have preventative, treatments or whatever, to make sure I'm watching myself and all
Mm-hmm.
of this stuff like that.
Keep an eye on it.
Yeah,
Yep.
keep an eye on things. So
That's smart.
yeah, so
The
I
way to
got
go.
different things done to make sure that my arteries, everything cool, great. So I'm not sick from it. I don't have any thing that it's not causing anything
Yeah, you
or
know,
whatever.
no crazy
So
medications.
I wouldn't say, that's why I don't say illness, because these things cause illness. It's not that's the illness itself.
Yeah.
So, um, but if you know that there's a certain thing that your spouse or whoever, somebody you cooking in the house for, is trying to, manage, then maybe you can use a little less butter or
Mm-hmm.
a little less sugar or a little less, you know,
Yeah.
salt, whatever it is. It's nothing wrong with altering stuff,
And still making it taste good.
and still making it taste good.
Yeah. Like I cooked. I actually used to cook. I used to cook like pan-seared catfish,
Mm-hmm.
and people looked at me like I was crazy. Because who ever heard of like pan-fried catfish? Like, what I'm saying, I ain't talking about like deep fried in in grease, or what I'm talking about, just in like olive oil. You know,
That's because
catfish.
if you're gonna eat catfish, it does taste better fried.
It does, but it
But
did taste real
it's
good the
nothing
way I made it.
right. Yeah.
Though. It tasted real good the way I made it, and I stand on that. And I will continue to do stuff like that throughout the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Because it's good.
Well,
You can make it healthy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can eat it. You can make it healthy and still make it taste good.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Absolutely. That's just like with my I've made collard greens before, meatless.
yeah, meatless,
I
and it was
made
great.
cabbage meatless.
Yeah,
It was good. It was just all in the way that what else I put in it.
no, it was great. Like I said, I'm gonna put her. I'm gonna put you in a
No, you're not.
collard green competition right here, because I swear, them greens be hitting.
But
And
also,
I ain't just saying that either. They really be good.
but you always been like, well, ever since like I've been with you and know what you actually eat and stuff like that, you always been pretty mindful of making sure you eat well. Like, yeah, you eat bad.
Oh yeah.
And we both eat bad, but you, for the most part,
Yeah.
the majority of the way that you eat, you have healthy snacking habits,
Yeah.
and all of that stuff like that. So
Yeah, I like to keep a protein shakes and a few
peanuts,
protein
I mean, not,
bars,
yeah, cashews,
cashews,
whatever,
mixed nuts, fruit. Every day to work, I take
and
fruit,
you
at
eat
least
all
an
kinds
apple.
of vegetables,
Yeah, you know what I'm
raw.
saying. Like I tell people, some people at work think I'm this health nut or whatever, but that ain't the case at all. And I joke around, but it's dead. I be dead serious when I say you can't always eat like shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like yeah, I'm gonna do it, but at the same time, I'm gonna balance it out real good, because like most days throughout the week, my lunch consists of just like a protein shake and an apple and some pumpkin seeds.
Mm-hmm.
That's my lunch. You know what I'm saying? So And then yeah, I'm always fruits and vegetables. I ain't no stranger to eating fruits and vegetables at all.
No, you're
Raw
not.
fruits and vegetables. I'll cut up a cucumber, sprinkle a little bit of salt and garlic powder on it with some sliced up red bell peppers, and take that to work. That'll be my snack.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And you be getting those little whatever that is stuff in the. Now he eat way healthier than me when it comes to stuff like that, because he'll go in Sprouts and get some type of. You'll go in there and get some type of quinoa salad or something like that.
Oh
I
yeah,
ain't
I'm on
checking
that.
for that.
That's my
Unless
kick there. That
now if you
kale,
buy it and I eat some, but I ain't finna just go in there and be like, oh, let me get me a quinoa and
that
kale or
kale apple, that kale apple quinoa. Yeah, be hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Today.
then sometimes it's just a matter of it ain't really that hard though to like substitute certain things. Sometimes it's when you go instead of opting for like you said the fried, just opt for the grill. Like when you go
Yeah.
out to eat in different places like that,
Yeah.
you'll never know. Like a lot of times they cooking their food in different things like butters and different stuff like that. So it's gonna tend to be like less healthier from if you cooking at home and you can control what you putting in it or what you're using to cook it. But even in that substitute and like, oh, okay, I want the fried shrimp basket, but sometimes you can get the grilled shrimp basket or get the fried shrimp and instead of getting the fries that go with it, get a side salad. You know, just like different stuff like that. It's
all that
different
matters.
ways to.
All that definitely matters. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, it's some people out there that just can eat whatever the heck they want, and it ain't nothing. They good to go. Yeah. You and me. I'm talking about numbers be superb when they go get they blood work, and that's very important too. Make sure it's very important to make sure that blood work is consistent. Like you getting that at least once a year, and some people have to get it more. Like I get mine done more than once a year, only because I like to keep an eye out on what my number. I be curious. I be real curious as to what my cholesterol look like after a certain amount of months. So I be wanting to see. But that's what I was gonna say. My cardiologist told me I went all the way around that way to go to that and never said it. So the cardiologist told me that you can have high cholesterol and never have any type of build up in your arteries, never get any heart disease, nothing, and never be on medicine, right? And then you cannot have high cholesterol and still end up with blocked arteries, heart disease, different stuff like that. So it's just like, I mean, just that's why I said person to person matters. So you have to like kind of look at what your specific needs are.
Yep.
And
get checkups
and figure out, how to go from there based on your own specific needs and what worked for you. Because what worked for me might not work for somebody else.
That's right. That's why you got to get your checkup because that's the only way you're gonna find out what works.
So somebody can eat fried food once a week, twice a week, and they'll never have no high cholesterol or no what you call it.
Right.
So, but that ain't me. I can't be eating all that fried stuff. So, but yeah, so that's just the main important thing is that it's okay to break away from generational cycles and things that keep us unwell. Number one. And it's very important to make sure you are getting your checkups so that you know what you need and you actually kind of play around a little bit, like to see or test some things out to see what works for you. Like I did with me as far as my cholesterol. I played around with it a little bit. If I know I'm about to I'm gonna get some blood work in 3 months or something, I'm gonna be like, okay, for the next 3 months, I'm gonna do this and let me see what it do to the numbers. Do it go up? Do it go down? What's happening? Yeah. What did I do different? And that's about that. I mean, just being intentional about what's best for you, regardless of what's going on around you.
I agree.
Yep.
And definitely get them checkups. Goodness. I think last time I heard they still say black men are the worst in that. Simply going to get a checkup. Blood work, annually blood work. So please, everybody, just.
Boss already know I'm going to hit him across the head if he don't go to the doctor. He ain't even got to worry about it. I would nag and nag
Sheesh.
and nag and nag, and I don't care.
You show the hell he do. Oh, you gonna nag.
Get your butt. Wait. You ain't got your lab work. Wait, get your butt to that till it gets stuck.
But I get my checkup, get my blood work done, and it'd be good to go. I had a little issue going on a few years ago. It was I shared with you. It was like a little bit of fat on my liver. They said it wasn't much, but it was just, hey, they were like, hey, you need to drop some weight. So I did. I didn't want no medication. I just dropped weight, and then last time I got my blood work done, it was gone. I waited for him to tell me. I wanted to see what he was going to say, so I waited for him to tell me about it to see if it was still there. But he didn't say anything, so I mentioned it to him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I see that in your record, but it's not there anymore. So whatever you're doing, it's pretty good. So whatever."
Maybe
And
you start
it worked.
drinking as much whiskey.
Oh no, it wasn't that. Now I don't know what it was. I mean, well, I know I changed my eating habits a little bit, so I did lose some weight, and so
Sometimes that's all it takes.
That was the main contributing factor.
Because some doctors will try to stick you on medicine so fast.
Shoot.
Like one doctor did that to me about my cholesterol some time ago. They was like, and it was the only person I ever had that tried to put me on medicine. And I was like, no.
Nah, forget
I was like, let me try something else first.
I will take medicine if I need to, but not just if it's something I can prevent just through dieting and exercise, my change my habits, my daily habits.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that first.
Because that's what I did. I was like, let me try something else first. And she's like, okay. Then I went and tried what I tried. And then I went back, got my recheck. And she was like, oh, it went down and da. So whatever you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. Yes, baby. Because no, that medicine be causing more problems than a little bit.
More problems, yeah. You be taking medicine because of a different medicine.
Because of that. And it does happen.
Shoot. That. Be a chain of you. Then you got like the big case of medicine that you gotta.
Well, let me share this before we go. Right, so I had to go to the dermatologist before, and then they, she prescribed me some medicine to take, and I did the research because I don't like to just blindly take the medicine. Right. So I did research on the medicine, and then I saw that one of the side effects of the medicine was that it could cause lupus. So I was like, let me call her because I know the heck she did not give me no medicine. So I called her and I was like, is there anything else that I could take? Because I'm not going to take this medicine because it says, blase. And she goes, well, it's only a small % chance that can happen. And if it does, it could reverse. I was like, I'm not going to take that risk. I was like, that's all right. I ain't about to take this.
Forget that.
So I just used whatever cream she gave me, and I take that whatever oral medicine she gave me. It was not So I mean, that's another thing. It's important too to research the whatever we prescribe to that we put in our bodies, because I don't even heard of people being prescribed medicine that was for the opposite of what they needed by mistake. It was an error.
Yeah.
And so by them looking into it to see what it was, what the medication really was, they was like, oh shoot, this for this, not, and this is what I don't need, Yeah, so yeah, or something that caused some type of damage because yeah. So anyways, that's that, and yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
I hope y'all got something out of this podcast episode. If not, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? We know we ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. And every topic ain't for everybody. But that's cool. But if you did, yay. Our IG, don't forget, if you're not following us on IG, follow us on Just Being the Joneses on IG. On TikTok, I am April Yolande. And Boss, what's your TikTok?
Boss Jones for real.
Boss Jones for real with the number 4. I thought it was the TikTok was something different.
The TikTok something different?
I thought your TikTok was Boss Too Real or something.
That's TikTok, yeah.
That's what I just said. What is your TikTok?
Oh, I thought you said Instagram. You did say IG. Yeah, you said IG.
I said on IG we on at Jones. I don't know. I thought I just said what's your TikTok, but we'll see when we roll the tape back.
You
Because
might have. Hey.
but anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
So and then if y'all have any questions, topics y'all wanted to discuss or anything like that, hit us in our DM on IG.
Hit us up. Let us know.
And we out. It's just been the Joneses. Thank you for listening.